The Made in China label is as famous in Africa as it is around the world. To make this happen, thousands of African traders come to China every year looking for deals on Chinese goods. 10,000 kilometers away, many Chinese entrepreneurs have moved to Africa to seek new opportunities. From trade shows offering every commodity on the planet to railways, ports and high-tech factories. In this series, Closing the Gap, we tell the human stories behind the China phenomenon in Africa. Closing the Gap, when Africa meets Made in China. Cynthia and Amir started out as business partners.
I know him 3 years. I don't know he's not married.
They're still partners, but everything changed when they married and settled in China.
I go to any city, I come to Guangzhou direct. This same my hometown now.
At 22, Sarah Amal has made an early start in China. She's studying business and Mandarin at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies. Maggie Pan had the foresight to explore business opportunities in Africa years ago. She's turned herself into a hard-nosed business negotiator and a gracious host to African buyers and delegations.
I don't care, but I'm trying. If you want. Okay.
These are a few of the people making the China-Africa phenomenon work in the southern port city of Guangzhou. They're the ones placing orders that help fill the thousands of containers that leave China every day. The source of their success, where it all began, is the Canton Fair.
I'm from Senegal.
I'm from Tanzania.
I'm from Guinea.
I'm from Egypt.
I'm from Tanzania.
Twice a year, tens of thousands of people from Africa and around the world descend on the Canton Fair, the 60-year-old iconic Chinese trade show, where just about everything is for sale. With its long-established international reputation and expansive facility, the fair is more than a little impressive.
طبعا احنا موجود دلوقتي في القاعة بتاعة الماكينات وخطوط الإنتاج. القاعة دي واحدة من أهم القاعات اللي إنها طب كويس جدا الحمد لله.
Haitham Talar is live streaming to thousands of followers in Arabic-speaking countries.
Doing my business based on social media because I have many fans, thousands of fans. I recommend to them which kind of goods they have to buy. I recommend them which the good suppliers is
The Canton Fair may be the world's largest trade show. You can order a container full of television sets, fun things to ride, car parts or irons. You can have your own invention custom made by the hundreds of willing wholesalers representing factories around China. Some 20,000 vendors and 100,000 buyers attend the fair's 2 annual sessions. The size of the exhibition building is almost impossible to imagine. It's bigger than a big city airport terminal.
You send me the size, then I will tell you the price.
Okay, no problem. This make many models, many sizes, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Amir Akoud first came to the Canton Fair 15 years ago. He soon realized that to take advantage of opportunities, he had to move to Guangzhou. He's lived here for 8 years. Amir has become an old hand at the fair. He works the fair like a scout, looks for the latest innovations and helping delegations save time as they make their way around the labyrinth of booths. For Amir, the Canton Fair is only the jumping-off point. He's opened his own import-export shop, where he works year-round buying and shipping all sorts of products from factories around the province. His partner in business and life is his wife, Cynthia Huang.
I know him 3 years. I don't know he's not married. So later he said he want to marry, something like that. We talk, and then I go to Africa, see his all the family first, and then I come back. I have an idea like this.
This is the district of Sanyuanli, Guangzhou, one of the first cities to open for international business in China in the 1980s.
Name Amir Akoda, from Sudan. Me first time I come to China here, sure I do battery. I sent some many things to Sudan, and I have customers from Africa, South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, many countries like this.
The keys to supplying Chinese products to African customers are good prices and lots of choices.
China, many things, even big things, small things, middle things, many can production and price is very good. So why so many Africa come to China?
Guangzhou, a mega city of 14 million, is known for many things. It's been a major trade port for centuries. It's now China's leading manufacturing hub, and the work ethic of local people striving to make a better life.
Yeah, Guangzhou people very simple. They working very hard, and then they work exactly for wholesale market. Many people working very hard. No time to go out. Sure.
Yeah, it means is I go to any city, I come to Guangzhou direct. This same my hometown now. Sudan, Guangzhou.
While Amir has settled down nicely in Guangzhou, he's always happy to have visitors from home. His brother and young niece have traveled from Sudan to check out the city. Going for a stroll in this bustling neighborhood, you'd be forgiven for thinking you're in some culturally rich African city. But this is Shaobeilu, otherwise known as Little Africa, in the heart of Guangzhou. Some 16,000 Africans live and work or go to school in the subtropical city where the climate reminds them of home. It's one of the largest African communities in Asia.
My name is Sarah and I'm from South Sudan, and I came here 2014.
Sarah Amal has been studying at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies for 3 years. She's adapted well to the local lifestyle. She speaks Mandarin and buys subway tickets with mobile paying apps such as WeChat and Alipay.
But I came here first to Guangzhou with my mother because she's doing business here, and I start seeing the environment. Everything was so interesting, and when I started, now I have interest in business. And this is how I end up in China. My major is business, but in Chinese language, so international Chinese. Because I wanted to stay in China, so I said, let me start with Chinese language so I can communicate with people. And then when I start...
Sarah's presentation today is about South Sudan, the youngest nation in Africa. She helps her multinational classmates better understand her home country. And she does it using both Mandarin and English.
Here it was the independence of South Sudan. It was a great day. I also remember that day. Because of that day, I was wearing glasses. It was so hot, and then it was so emotional. So from my glasses, it seems like beach because everyone was crying, and I also get to cry. And the sky was like blue, so I cried.
The younger generation from Africa is finding China increasingly appealing. There are about 50,000 African students in China, more than in the US or the UK. For them, China means affordable education, new language skills, and above all, business connections.
我来拿那个红色的，然后以前我买过。好吧。那我没忘了，你来这儿了。My good friend.
Sarah is already involved in real-world business. Today, she's showing her friend, who came to visit from Shanghai, good deals on hair attachments they plan to sell to customers in Africa. Sarah has seen a big improvement in the quality of Chinese-made products over the last 3 years, but some of her clients remain doubtful. She says China's reputation for low-cost, low-quality merchandise is a stigma that's not been easy to shake.
As we know the name of Made in China, people think a lot of things, but they need to come to China because if they know there is a lot of factory, they made stuff for other countries in China, but in the fabric name, the name of something. So it depends to quality. So it depends to what you take. It doesn't mean made in China, bad quality.
Some reports have suggested the African community in Guangzhou is shrinking. This could be a sign that larger corporations are undercutting smaller operators. It could be the internet is making long-distance deal-making easier, or it could be stricter enforcement of immigration regulations. None of this, however, has prevented an increasing number of people from travelling from Africa to attend the Canton Fair. At a time of great uncertainties in the global economy, Chinese suppliers have to be proactive in meeting clients, and trade shows like the Canton Fair are their battlefield. Maggie Pan is the managing director at a multi-million-dollar battery factory. She's planning a trans-Africa business trip next month. But right now she needs to quickly win the trust of potential buyers visiting Guangzhou.
I don't care, but I'm trying. If you want.
必须有一个深入的 idea， 你才能够拿到你的这个客户，拿到你的成交订单。否则的话呢，只是停留在他说中国制造吗？那好吧，欧洲制造10块，中国制造、韩国制造8块，那个印度尼西亚制造6块，中国制造5块。 就是这样子的讨价还价的这样的位置。
To get her clients to place an order, Maggie takes them on a tour of her battery factory, which has been modernized with new machinery and new technology. There's nothing to hide, and she knows her guests will be impressed.
My first experience wasn't really good, but of course, over time, they started to develop, improve more on the quality of their products, to which I am pretty much happy about at the moment.
Switching hats, Maggie becomes a polite and courteous host at the factory's VIP dining lounge. The chefs have learned to prepare various global cuisines, and today they're serving Muslim guests, and that means halal-only ingredients. Maggie is a consummate veteran of overseas sales and has made sure all the niceties have been taken care of. Yet she still has to get to the bottom line and a signature on a contract.
They produce a lot of what do you call it, batteries per day. So if I need my container within 2 days or 3 days or 4 days, whatever, then I can easily get it.
Meanwhile, workers are filling up containers overnight. The shipment will depart Guangzhou the next morning. As one of the world's top 10 busiest ports and China's main port connecting Africa, thousands of containers leave Guangzhou for African ports every day. They may sail the same routes as the ancients, but their cargo has never been more essential, more important to the world today.